Hi, um, I'm Christina White, and I was just updating my Instagram, and I'm going through the feed, and I get to this video that happened in South Africa. I don't know, I've heard a lot about what's going on, but I haven't seen any of the footage myself, so maybe that's why I was so shocked and appalled at what I saw. Another human being setting another human being on fire. And the person was so dumbfounded, they tried to stop, drop, and roll, but there was just too much fuel on them. And they were trying to brush their skin off. Try to brush the fire off like it was dirt. Not, you could see that that person couldn't fathom what was actually happening to them. They were just trying to brush it off. And that was how he died. And I saw this on my Instagram feed. And I think I made it part of my story. But I don't know what possesses another human being to harm another one in the first place, either, whether physically or verbally, because I can't put it in my head to do it to you, so why would you want to do it to me? But that level of xenophobia, that man was burned alive because he wanted to work somewhere else than where he was born. That's a type of prejudice that, it's 2019, like, I'm having such a hard time fitting this in my brain that I had to come here, and I'm sorry, I have not even looked at any of your comments, or hi to everyone, hi. But like, I had to just take a moment and remind people why it's so important to be kind, to be aware of what's going on in the world, because that took my breath away in a way that no scary movie ever has. No, even the times I was scared for my kids, it comes close to what I was feeling when I saw that. Because, like, I don't know, he was brushing it off. And he eventually crumbled. And someone, instead of taking the time to try to help put the fire out, or God forbid, stop it before it started, they took their phone out to make sure they recorded it. And then I had to see it on my Instagram feed. And I'm like, I literally, I cannot put it in my head how cruel your heart must be, or how desperate you must be to do that to another human being. You should be ashamed of yourselves, those of you that are allowing that to happen in South Africa. I'm sorry, you should be ashamed of yourself. Every single person joined forces for good instead of bad. You know how unstoppable we would all be. Like, unstoppable. Good people coming together. Stop being afraid. When you see those things happening on the street, look around. See who else is as outraged as you. And stand together and stop this nonsense. Because they set a human being on fire. There's people being stoned to death there. Not for any other reason than they are not born of that country. And they have the audacity to look for work there. And you know what's really funny to me? If you look up who's making money in Nigeria, the person that was burned alive was Nigerian. And this happened in South Africa. Those same people burning them alive, they're making money there, hand over fist. All the ShopRites, all the MTN cards, there's a whole bunch of major bits, like Sprint and Home Depot and Walmart for them. And they're making money off the Nigerian people. But when the Nigerian people come down there, that's how you treat them? You ain't got no problem doing business over there in their country. Why set them on fire in yours? Where's your humanity? Like, I'm sorry. I'm fired up on this, obviously, because I've never seen anything that horrific before. Like, it scarred me for life. I don't think I'll ever get that image of that person brushing their skin off out of my mind ever again. And I hope you take the time and go find that video. I don't know where it is. I think it might be on my storyline. I'll have to check. But find it, because it just happened today. So I know it's prevalent and easy to find information on Google. If you put xenophobia, I'm sure it'll come up. Like, I'm sorry, guys. Like, there's very few things in the world that really, really upset me. And you guys probably know that better than anyone, the ones that tune in a lot. That person did nothing wrong. And they die one of the worst deaths, and very publicly, for nothing. For nothing. We need to remember our humanity so desperately. And if you see that kind of nonsense, stand together. Stand together against it. Because something's got to stop. And it starts with us. It's that simple. It starts with us. We can't wait for the military or a police officer to see what's happening and intervene for us sometimes. Sometimes we all have to unite together and say, no, you're not going to hurt this person today. Not tomorrow either. Let's figure it out. Use your words. I'm telling that to people all the time. Use your words. You have no idea how many times I yelled that at people while I was traveling that I saw fighting. Use your words. Why do you have to get violent? Why do you have to get loud? Be calm. There's a solution if you want it to be. Otherwise, you're just somebody that lights someone on fire. I love you guys. Lizzie's here. Hi, Lizzie. Oh, she did see it. I'm sorry. I'm paying attention now, guys. I literally... Something busts your brain and I have this public platform. I need to say something when I see something that outrages me. That level is like... I love you guys. Thank you for letting me rant for a minute. I've never done anything political on this show ever. Because it's not a political platform. And I don't know if this is necessarily a political outrage. I think it's a cultural outrage that those South African folks are letting that happen at all. Shame on you. Shame on you. How are you doing? I'm fine. I'm just fired up. You got judged for having tattoos. Well, guess what, darling? I got them too. Come try to light me on fire. I'm waiting. Like, what do you want me to do? Come on. That's even worse than the xenophobia going down there has all different prejudices involved. Liz, I don't think that had just to do with the tattoos. Come on. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Chris. Hi, Tina. I've watched several videos this morning after I saw that, so they're all kind of jumbled in my mind too right now. Like, there are people being stoned to death, burned alive, beaten to death, just for not being from that area. Like, that's like the 99% of it. They all have a reason for their prejudice. They can hide behind tattoos. It's like that, like a week or two, someone had a prejudice moment and they realized what they were saying and said, oh no, it's because you said the F word once. I'm like, okay, take your evil heart elsewhere. Like, nonsense. Why have that kind of hate for anyone in your heart? You can't help where you're born. You can't help who your parents are or how you grew up. These are things every single person on the planet have in common. None of us knew where we were going to come out at. Just happened. Why use that one thing against us all? And that includes color of your skin, because people use that to say, oh, that person's from that area. That's a type of prejudice. Like, just take off your, God, prejudice. Racism and prejudice. I know. Nider's trying to remind me to stay focused because he knows when I get upset, I get tornado brain. Thanks, brother. She read it all. Happened 2 weeks ago. There's got to be more than one video then. My South African friend sent out of UK and died South Africa. I'm so sorry, Paula. See, right there, that prejudice touched someone we know. Stay focused and don't put your head down, people. That's right. Nida runs a no bully campaign on several pages, and he goes through a lot of varieties of this topic himself, but when I saw that, I had to say something, and I knew I was not going to be able to rest today unless I did, so thank you for letting me rant. I know I wasn't even supposed to come on till tomorrow morning again, so he defended himself, he said stuff, they done worse. I'm going to have to read the whole story. All I saw was a snapshot of a video on Instagram, and it was enough for me to just say, okay, I have to look up more of this stuff, because it was hashtag xenophobia. So I went and Googled that, and I saw several things that made me just throw throw up a little, honestly. You know, that feeling where you throw up a little in your mouth and you're like, that's one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. My mom's here. Hi, Mama. Love you guys. And hashtag share this. Get the word out. Unite together, stand together. When you see something that horrendous, look around. There are other people just as outraged as you, I guarantee it, that don't want to see it happen. Put the phones down. You don't have to record it. You just do something about it. The world has gone crazy, Niter. Like, it's 2019, people setting each other on fire for nonsense. Shame on you. Shame on you, man. I love you guys, and I will talk to you at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Cup of time. Love you. One love.